We're going. We're live. We're live. I'm live. All the way live. All the way live. Hey, everybody. It's Dr. EJ Johnson here. And Happy New Year, even though it's still a couple of days until 2020 hits us. But as the title of this live stream says, it's 2020 Vision. So I just want to say Happy New Year in advance. I hope you've had an amazing holiday season and that you've enjoyed this time with family and friends, whether blood or chosen, that you've gotten the most out of this holiday season. First thing, let me just clear this up. I am in New York, technically New Jersey. I'm staying in New Jersey, but I've been back and forth between New Jersey and New York the last few days, working here with one of my clients over the holiday weekend. And I want to say this lighting, it's kind of suck, but it's the best that I could do right now working with what I got. So bear with me if it's a little dark and the lighting is a little bit off. Second thing is I'm trying a new thing here. So I'm streaming on this service called StreamYard, and I'm testing this out just to see if it's something I might want to use going forward. Someone else recommended it to me. I was on a show that used it and I liked it. So I'm just trying out some new technology. Third, I want to thank you all for joining me. If you're watching this right now during the live, please post some comments so that I know you're there or somebody's there with me. If you're not and you're watching this in the replay, thank you anyway. I appreciate you as well for taking the time to watch this video. So what is it about? 2020 Vision. Let me get to it. I've been doing some retrospective thinking about my 2019 and just how the year panned out for me, how it started out and how it's now ending, and who I was at the beginning of the year versus who I am today. And so in doing that retrospective, I decided to create just a little bit of video because I like to get feedback from the people who follow me on social media and people who I respect and follow on social media as well. So I thought I'd 2020 vision prep just to share with you all, some of the things that I learned about 2019 and how I'm utilizing those lessons to create 2020 vision for myself moving forward. And I want to share them with you because you might find one or two or maybe all useful and in utilizing this strategy for yourself. Hey, Kim Coles. Kim Coles is one of my clients. Actually, she is the client that I'm here in the East Coast with. I've been working with. I happen to have a day off today and I get to come home tomorrow. So I'm pretty excited about that. But yeah, thanks for joining, Kim, wherever you are, somewhere on this Eastern Seaboard. Hope to see you back in California soon. I just want to say that in doing a retrospective on 2019, like really taking a really hard look at some of the things that happened in my life. There were successes and there were failures, and there's always going to be successes and failures. The key thing that I find that's always super helpful for me is to really look at both the failures and the successes and extract the lesson that was there for me to get. I'm a firm believer that when there is a failure afoot, it could be, a failure in health. It could be a failure in relationships. It can be a failure in business. When there's some sort of failure or result that you get that you didn't necessarily want and may not seem favorable, those are the times when I learn the most about me, when I learn the most about the path I should be on, or the direction I should be taking with my life, or how I should respond and show up in circumstances when it feels really challenging. And so, but one of the things I must caution you about doing a retrospective where you really deep dive into the past and look at your failures and whatnot, sometimes it's not pretty what you discover about yourself, right? Because we can always blame other people for things that happen in our lives, but we don't get to grow through that. We only get to grow when we actually take a look at it from a very clear perspective, and we look at, like, who did we show up as, how did we respond to the situation, and were we coming from a place of ego, or whatever you want to call it, or a place of love. And so I try to really take a really good look at it and be honest with myself and be authentic with myself as to what my role is in the failure. Because sometimes it's easy to fall into being a victim because there's no responsibility to take there. Something's being happened or being done to me. But when we really look at circumstances, and we take responsibility for our actions, then there's power there. We can be powerful in that. And so that is probably the premise, the basis for doing a retrospective, is that you can be gut level honest with yourself about where you screwed up and how you could do better. Not judging yourself, not beating yourself up, but really just taking a good hard look at it and just acknowledging where you might have missed the mark, and person was wrong, 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 but really kind of acknowledging where you missed the mark, or in my own case, acknowledging where I missed the mark and how I could just be a better person by doing things maybe a little bit different. So let's just say that's where you start. The second thing, there are three things that I think will make an impact on creating 2020 vision moving into 2020. And I'm sure you guys, I'm not the first person who's saying this whole 2020 vision for the year 2020. You're going to hear it probably everywhere. But in this case, I want to talk about three things that you could do to create 2020 vision for the year 2020. We know this is the beginning of a new year. We know that this is the beginning of a new decade. And one of the most amazing things about starting a new year that I feel for myself is there's this level of excitement and anticipation, right? Because you don't know really what to expect moving forward. And it's like something about January 1st just kind of washes things clean mentally. It doesn't actually do that. I mean, you'll still have bills to pay, a job to go to if you work at a job, children and responsibilities to take care of. But it's just something about the turn of that calendar that is like, okay, we're starting new. And it's a cool thing because I love starting things new. Like for me personally, I really enjoy the creativity that gets inspired, that I'm inspired by when I'm starting something anew. And so the cool thing is I've learned for myself that I could start every single hour of every day with that same enthusiasm and energy. And, we always hear about people, about us all, myself included, starting the year with all these lofty goals and resolutions. And, literally by the third day, most of those lofty goals and resolutions are gone, right? And the newness has worn off. So the first thing that I say that makes a difference is to approach each moment with childlike wonder and awe. That's the number one thing that I really believe for myself makes a difference in maintaining that newness energy, the electric, creative, anticipatory energy that we get when something is fresh and new. Is to, number one, approach it with new childlike curiosity and wonder. And you may say, well, okay, what does that mean? Just like the way we feel when we get a new shiny toy, like a car, a brand new car, or something that we really love, like a beautiful present, or something. It's always this curiosity about how it works, and if it's, what can you do with it, and it sparks this level of creativity that allows us to stretch and grow. And so, what I want to just invite you to try taking on for 2020 is to approach everything with that same childlike energy and curiosity, even if you can predict the outcome. You've done it a million times. If you're driving to work, when you go back to work on January 3rd or 6th, or whenever it is that you return back after your holiday vacation, go back to work with new, as if you don't know what to expect, as if it's a brand new experience, and allow yourself to be curious about how your day will unfold, curious about how your coworkers will be, rather than entering it as if it's a rote routine that you know what to expect, you know how things are going to go. Just try taking on everything with childlike wonder and curiosity. The thing about that, though, is you have to be relentless at it, and you have to be committed to it, because the world, everyone else, will try to influence your approach, right? People will show up in the same manner they might have shown up before. Experiences will feel the same. But if you're truly committed to make 2020 one of the most amazing years, I assure you that approaching everything about it with childlike curiosity, wonder, and awe will make a huge difference in how you maintain that fresh start electricity, that fresh start energy moving forward. And so, as you step into creating your goals or resolutions or commitments or whatever it is you want to call it for yourself, I just want to invite you to approach even the goal writing process with childlike wonder and awe, as if it is the very first time you have created a goal and it's new. Just make it brand new. You can, that's the power of our imagination. As beautiful as our minds and our brains are, is that we can choose to utilize that imagination in any way possible. So why not use it for something positive and that will inspire you to go forward? So I'm going to take a sip here, guys. Just a minute. I want to say thank you again to everybody who's watching this live stream right now. If you have comments, please post them up in the comments. I can see them, so I'd love to exchange with you rather than just me talking to you. But if you're watching this on the replay or at some later time and this is not live, thank you for taking the time out of your life to join me on this. I appreciate it. FYI, I'm drinking a cocktail, just to disclosure. Not a lot of cocktails, but definitely a cocktail. It's the holidays, so what do you expect? I mean, I'm entitled to it. So we got the first tip for making 2020 vision and 2020 as one of the best years of your life is to approach everything with childlike wonder and awe. The second thing I want to just invite you to do, to take on for 2020, is to jump. And when I say jump, what I mean is, just like a child that sees a body of water like a pool for the first time, most children will just run and be like, oh, let me just jump in. They might not even know how to swim, but they'll go for it. It's like it's a way that children live life, like they have to experience everything. And so I just want to invite you to take that on in your life as well. Just jump. Jump, and I guarantee you the steps that you need to take along the way will unfold. So whether or not it's starting a new business, changing a career, going back to school, entering a relationship, losing weight, gaining weight, working on the way you eat. It doesn't matter, whatever it is that you want to have realized in your life, just jump. So don't think about it. Don't procrastinate on it. Just jump. Jump into it and just take one step. The moment you take the first action step, the next action step will be revealed. As a matter of fact, one of my favorite quotes is by Dr. Martin Luther King, where he says he was describing faith, just to give you the context. And what he said was, with faith, and I'm paraphrasing this, but with faith, you don't have to see the whole staircase. All you have to do is take the first step, right? And it's so true. I mean, it's one of the most amazing quotes, because every time we take an action, the universe, source, God, Buddha, whatever you believe in, the source energy that is greater than our experience right now always provides the next step. Either the direction you should go, a resource will pop up, someone will educate you, you'll watch a YouTube video or see an Instagram post that will inspire you to take the next step, right? But what happens in a lot of situations, and why a lot of goals and resolutions go by the wayside, is because people are overwhelmed by needing to know all of the steps. So I just want to invite you to jump. Just take the first step and the next step will be revealed. This is across the board. This is like, it has nothing to do with the specificity of what it is you want in your life for 2020. It applies to every single goal that you could actually think of. And all you need to do is just approach wonder and awe, number one. Number two, just like a child, just jump into it and take the first step. So I hope this is helpful. Like I know if you put these actions into place into your life, that you'll have amazing results. I know that I have in my life. In every area of life that I've approached things with curiosity, I've always discovered things that I couldn't have even imagined. And every time I felt like I wanted to achieve something and I didn't really know how to get it done, I just took the first step. Amazing resources always tend to show up. They tend to show up in the form of people, in insights, in visions, in dreams, in meditation. They show up in all these different ways that inspires me to take step number 2, 3, 4, and et cetera, et cetera. So I hope you guys are getting what I'm picking up, what I'm putting down, and that this is helpful, because I can't tell you just how amazing your experience will be if you just practice just the first two. The third one is go easy. And you may say, Jay, wow, what does that mean? Go easy. It's go easy on you. Go easy. We're all going to make missteps. And just like a child that starts to walk, they fall a billion times, but they get right back up, and they fall and they get right back up, and they fall and they get right back up, and they just keep trying no matter how much it hurts or how much discomfort. They're not thinking about, oh, I'm embarrassed, I fell. No little kid is thinking that. They're thinking, I'm trying to be mobile. This is my goal. I'm going to keep doing this until I get it. And they keep trying. That's why children are so beautiful, because they have so many lessons to share with being fearless and courageous, and they even go easy on themselves. You know, when they're tired of falling in that moment, they're like, okay, I'm gonna take a little break. I'm gonna gather some more information. I'm gonna watch my parents and everybody else who walks around. I'm gonna just check out how they do it. Sometimes they hold on to things, sometimes they don't. Okay. So children gather information and then they just jump right into it. And then they sit back, they go easy on themselves. When they get it, they're all happy and proud, and they move on to the next quest. That's our goal as well. We just grow up and we lose that childlike energy. And what I implore you to do is to recapture that for 2020. Let this be the year that you approach with childlike wonder and awe, that you just go and jump right in and take the first action step. And that when things might not go as well as you'd like them to go, you go easy on yourself, assess a little more information, gather a little more information, approach with curiosity, and repeat. That's all I'm asking you to do for 2020. If you just do those three things, I assure you that not only will your life be more amazing and prosperous and abundant and just unrecognizable, but the lives of everybody that you impact, the lives of everybody that you come in touch with, the lives of your world and beyond will be forever changed. So, childlike curiosity and awe, jump right in and take the first step. And go easy on yourself when those things don't necessarily go exactly how you design it. Another thing about that last one is that sometimes we can't see how things should be. And there may be something greater on the horizon for us than what we've asked for. So if you continuously go back to childlike wonder and awe, you can just embrace anything that comes your way. And sometimes the things that come our way that we didn't even ask for are far greater, far more amazing, and produce a result that we couldn't have even dreamed of. So that's it for me. Hey, Arlena, how you doing? It's good to see you. Thank you for joining. I love you to pieces. I just want to say, thanks for hanging with me. Thanks for watching this live stream. My commitment for 2020 is simple. It's to live a better life than I lived in 2019, to do greater things than I've done in 2019, specifically to work on my health, my physical fitness, to become more vital and energized, to release weight, become stronger, to build my business to the next level and beyond. And I'm open to whatever else is available. There are many other things. I committed to produce more video, to produce more content on social media and go live a lot more often than I do, and continue to produce my podcast and grow it and expand my reach, amongst other things. There's probably 100 other things that I want to do, but I'm starting here. And I'm approaching this like I've never approached it before, not knowing what direction it will take me, but more importantly, just being open to the process. And so with that being said, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you for watching, and happy New Year. Happy New Year. And may your 2020 vision show you everything that your heart desires. I wish that for each and every one of you. Thanks, and that's all for me, guys. Have a great day.